So in today's science experiment, we're going to be using some kitchen chemistry to measure the density of an egg. So first off, Stu, can you take a pan at the table? What do we have? We have some kosher salt. Let's turn on our scale. First, we got to measure how much does this egg weigh. Let's put it on. What does that say? 62 grams, right? And you see right here, we have 250 ml of water. Step one, we're gonna pour 250 ml of water into our scientific beaker. And then from the start, let's say we put the egg in, no salt in the water, nothing. What happens? It sinks. Wow, I need a spoon. Oh, shit. So, what are we gonna do? Oh, well no, since it sinks, that tells us one thing. What does that tell us? The density of the egg is higher than the water, right? So, now we're gonna use chemistry to increase the density of the water. We have this nice, fine, gourmet kosher salt. And we are using 1 tablespoon increments. Just fill this up right here. Fill this up right here. We are scientists, so we're gonna try and make it pretty exact like that. Pour it in. And this is kosher salt, so we kind of just have to hope that we might need to go to the grocery. Does the egg float yet?
Slowly dissolving. Maybe there'll be enough.
Nope, need more salt.
Okay.
We're gonna add another tablespoon. So in this science experiment, we're gonna figure out how many tablespoons we need to make the density of water greater than the density of an egg.
That's right.
And as one of the things we do know in science is sources of possible error. A possible error in this experiment is the type of salt we're using.
Right, so as we can see here, basically kosher salt is the same thing. Basically as far as its main chemical structure, it's still sodium chloride. It's just a little more clumped together in this kind of crystal-like form. But it's still, chemically it's very similar. So
let's try again. 2 tablespoons, does it work?
Let's try.
Does it float? You know what? And it's starting to float. So,
I think it's floating, dude.
Let's see what happens if we add a 3rd tablespoon.
Alright, let's see. It's quite a float. I don't know, Cole, what do you think?
I think it's pretty safe to say in 250 milliliters of water, if you add 2 tablespoons of salt, it'll make the density of the water be higher than the density of the egg. But now, we're gonna crunch some numbers because everything is math. So one thing we forgot in this science experiment was to measure the volume of the egg. We only had the mass. So Stuart, right now, if you take a look, where is the water level up to?
200 mils.
So when we add the egg, what happens?
Looks like we're about at that 250 mark.
So it can be concluded the egg has a volume of 50 milliliters.
How can an egg...
On paper, how much salt did we use? You can see here that the density of the egg was about 1.24 grams per centimeters cubed. And Google says that the density of water is about 1 gram per centimeter cubed. So the density of the solution is this formula right here. What we're gonna do is set this equal to the density of the egg and then solve for the mass of the salt. We got salt equals this, and plugging in the numbers, we got about 60 grams of salt added for the egg to float. Here are some of the sources of error to the experiment.